Hello everybody, welcome to Crypto by Sahar. In this channel, I'll recommend some of the underrated cryptocurrencies for life-changing it. So if you love making money and cryptocurrencies, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Also, make sure to hit the bell icon so you're currently updated with my videos. Today we're going to talk about Loom Network. First of all, we're going to start with price analysis of Loom. Then we're going to dive deeper into what exactly is Loom Network and why should you buy Loom. And then we're going to shift gears to what they have been doing in the past weeks and what are some of the things they have planned for future. And lastly, we're going to look at the possible price prediction. So let's get started. So first of all, let's look at the price analysis for Loom. Today, it's priced at $0.08. And if you hover down to the all-time chart, you'll see that it's nowhere close to its previous all-time high, which was around 0.7 above. It's not showing here. And it was in 2018. And since then, it's been just dropping in consolidation phase. However, we did see this pump on April 6th, April 2nd, around the first week of April. And that was because it was going live on Binance Smart Chain. So, and since then it's taking a dip and then probably going to enter into consolidation phase. So that's pretty much it on what's going on with respect to the price of Loom Network. Let's dive deeper into what exactly Loom Network is. And I'm going to let fundamentals talk on why should you buy Loom Network. So Loom Network is a production ready, as in it's live, multi-chain interoperable platform, which is suited for decentralized application developers. So it's going to allow scalability and interoperability across different blockchains. So it is integrated with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Chain, and all of the major blockchains. And deploying to Loom is going to let you future-proof on other blockchains in the future. And you will be able to reach, again, number of users in the future because of growing interoperable set of blockchains. And here you can see they have developer docs, which is the same thing as this button. We're going to go through that in a minute. And they have the staking dashboard that we'll cover in the end of the fundamentals. So if you open those developer docs, they have an entire page of documentation dedicated for developers. And I just want to cover a few things from here. So if you hover down here, so I've covered this part where what exactly Loom Network is, but I just want you to focus on two things. That if you want to deploy your decentralized application on Loom Network, then it's going to be on the base chain. That's what they call the base chain. And two things, in fact, three things that are the major selling point for Loom Network is, number one, you get to enjoy this no gas fees for users that are using that decentralized application. Number two, there's only 1 to 3 second confirmation time for transactions. That is amazing. And then third, you can automatically get connected to other blockchains that are connected to Loom Network. So it's kind of like future-proofing your decentralized application. So we talked about this base chain. If you're a developer and you want to develop a D app, decentralized app, so it's going to be on Loom Network if you're choosing Loom Network to be your host. So it's going to be on base chain. And what exactly a base chain is, it's an interoperable DPoS, decentralized proof of stake blockchain, and it has these capabilities that it has Ethereum virtual machine compatibility that is audited and battle tested, and it's secured by 21 plus validators. And then there are also token delegators as in stakers that are helping the network. And if you've already developed a D app on Ethereum, then it's very easy to shift over to Loom base chain, right? In fact, you won't have to develop on base chain, you just have to integrate into it. So there are two ways to work into Loom Network. One is to directly start with a base chain, or if you have already a D app that's on Ethereum, and you just have to port it quite easily into Loom Network. And then that's going to allow you for greater scalability and interoperability. And yes, the final takeaway is you get to future-proof your decentralized application with Loom Network. Okay, so let's head down and see what else we have on the file analysis. So Loom Network is, again, a multi-interop platform that is since out 2018, which is good. They have been in the space since quite some time, and it will allow optimized, scalable, high-performance dApps. And they also focused on smooth user experience. And it's a proof-of-stake token, Loom, and we've talked about the base chain, and there's also staking here available. So moving on, some of the more things, features of Loom, and why I'm excited about Loom. It's because it's very comparable to what Matic is doing out there. It's just Loom is pretty underrated and has more or less similar features to that of Matic. So first of all, again, production ready, we've covered this. Second, fast and scalable for serious dApps. So fast confirmation times and high transaction throughput, we've discussed that. Frictionless user experience. So again, it's gonna help you have no cost in your transactions for users, right? And there will be even no need for pop-ups like in MetaMask. Confirm this, confirm that, right? No pop-ups, as simple as possible for grandma to do transactions, right? And then moving on to access to a massive user base, since it's going to allow an interoperable platform for other blockchains. So it's going to be deployed on one and then access it in any different forms of blockchains. So as easy as that. Top-notch security, we've discussed this in the docs. Yep. So 247 million looms are already staked, and this chain has also been audited by Trilobits. So it's audited and it's decentralized proof of stake blockchain. So it's secure enough. We don't need proof of work, we're good. And then you don't have to worry that Loom Network is not gonna include future blockchains that will emerge in the future. So you don't have to worry about that. It's gonna take care for you. So simple steps, I'm gonna skip it, and you could just deploy your dApp right away. So they're also optimizing for user experience. So one of the problems is slowing down. One of the problems that's slowing down the blockchain adoption is it's hard to use, right? So they're making it easier to use for non-technical folks, and they will like support intuitive user experience. So, and then they have this statement around if you're thinking about DeFi, supply chain management, virtual reality, e-learning platforms, gaming, or different types of use cases, you could just use Loom Network to do the work. So base chain can be used for any type of dApp. And base chain also offers the added benefit of being accessible to all major blockchain communities, offering the potential for multi-chain dApps. Just like in the image here, it's pretty straightforward that Loom Network is going to be a middle ground to allow interoperability with other blockchains. And they're also the creator of Crypto Zombies, which is a learning school that teaches how to develop dApps, Ethereum dApps. And one more thing, that this is different from Scale Network because SKL is more around Ethereum dApps, and they are much bigger on scale because they're interoperable to other blockchains as well, not only Ethereum. All right, so that's, yeah, one more thing. So XC Infinity is also saying that Loom could enable like scalability and interoperability for them. So that's huge. Moving on to, I've covered this, staking. So this is what the staking dashboard looks like. So there's Binance Smart Chain token you can stake if you don't want to incur a lot of fees in Ethereum. And then there's like ERC20 token for Loom, which is for Ethereum. If you have like ERC20 Loom, you could stake it here. And for the APY, I have this from their docs, and these are the different APYs you'll get for different set of timeline. So for example, if you lock it for 1 year, you can get 20% APY on your looms. So that's pretty much it on the fundamentals. Now let's talk about what they have been doing in the past and what are their plans for the future. So first of all, I wanted to cover this Loom token swap. This article is from November 17, 2020, but they actually conducted their swap around February 1st, 2021. And why did they need to do that swap? It's because they were not able to upgrade, for example, Zk rollup into their contract. So they had to shift over to a different contract on Ethereum. So they had to do this swap, and that this swap was also supported on different exchanges, and it was successful in the launch for swap. Moving over to this like buying competition campaign on KuCoin. So this is relatively new. This is 26 May and 2021. So they're active on making it, like marketing it, and the Twitter handle is also decently updated, not on a daily basis, but they're good. Moving on to what they have planned for this year, like Q2, Q3, and beyond. So this is article from March 23rd, 2021. So first of all, they have secured another round of funding from private investors. So that's good. Then they're hiring new marketing expert to like drive traction to social media. Then for the Q1 deliverables that haven't happened already, so just look at them. This we have discussed. They've done this token swap successfully. Now they're going to shift their focus from healthcare to DeFi and NFTs. The previous website I remember of Loom Network was just focusing on healthcare and it didn't have a lot of information. But now they're starting to revamp things. They know what the community wants, and they're pretty open on asking what should they do for them. And then they have listened, and they primarily have been focusing on healthcare projects, and now they're going to shift their focus to more relevant things like DeFi and NFT. So they will be shifting focus on technical side of the Loom SDK. So they will be putting up Loom SDK 3.0, and then that will allow easier integration for DeFi and NFT. Community development, community engagement. They developed this new homepage. That's exactly what I was talking about. They rebranded this their page. And then in Q2, we saw that they implemented this staking, and they also introduced this Binance Smart Chain token of Loom to incur less transaction gas. All right. And they're also looking to consider more tokens within Loom ecosystem, like tokens specific to incentivizing the stakers. So it's like, for example, a token that they could use to boost their own rewards. So they're also thinking along that lines. Loom BB20, we've seen that. And yeah, so since they're now on Binance Smart Chain, that opens up avenues for collaboration between different decentralized exchanges and yield farms that are on Binance Smart Chain. So that integrations and collaborations are now possible for Loom. Specifically focusing on the rest of the year for 2021. So they're gonna focus on their Loom SDK 3.0, and that will allow Zk rollup architecture, optimistic rollup, and cross-chain oracles similar to Chainlink and BAD protocol. Lastly, they just did Binance Smart Chain, so they're gonna just expand on that. So we've covered this picture. Pretty much summarizes what Loom mainnet will do, or does. It's live, right? So moving on to NFTs, yeah, they will be trying to incorporate this. They have the system already for NFTs before the NFT boom happened, but now they're going to focus on bringing a multi-chain NFT to be minted on their platform. So you can mint an NFT, and then that's an interoperable NFT. You can just put it on any different network. So that's pretty cool if you ask me. And then there's DeFi Loom chains. So one of the things that they're mentioning is, since many DeFi protocols run on one specific chain, for example, they're on Ethereum, right? Or they're on Binance Smart Chain. So they're now, because of the DeFi Loom chains, you can expect those protocols to be interoperable, those DeFi protocols to be interoperable. They're not specific now to a single blockchain. So that's amazing on interoperability. And they're going to make it simpler for new dedicated Loom chains by implementing new targeting, new features, targeting this use case in Loom SDK 3.0. So it's connected to the Loom SDK 3.0 they're developing. They allow interoperable DeFi Loom chains that could benefit for DeFi use case. And lastly, these new specialized Loom chains will allow developers to build, again, new generation of DeFi protocols that utilize liquidity pools funded by assets across multiple chains. This is very important. So right now, what's the problem around specific blockchains is you're restricted to that liquidity on, for example, Binance Smart Chain, Pancake. You're specific to liquidity on Ethereum, Uniswap, or DEXs of those networks. But if you have DeFi Loom chains, you don't have to worry about different chains. You just have to do one thing and you're good to go, just like for chain. So that's what they have planned. And yep, as I said, they've shifted focus from healthcare to what the community wants, that is NFT and DeFi, which is perfect. Now, I wouldn't expect this to go booming like Matic, but it's a very underrated coin, and I still think that has a really big potential on the months ahead, because they've set up their agenda and they will work on it. And again, this takeaway, 1 to 3 second confirmation times, no gas fees, and no mainnet congestion. All right, so with that, I have the last thing on the news section. So they're also thinking to collaborate with Polkadot to support Polkadot chain. And then that's going to happen by Kasuma Relay Chain. So if you want to connect to Polkadot, there are two ways. There's Polkadot chain, Polkadot Relay Chain, and then there's Kasuma Relay Chain, which acts as a test network for Polkadot. So they're going to first test it with Kasuma. And once when that goes smooth, they could then think about auctioning the para chain of Polkadot, and then they could shift over from Kasuma to Polkadot. So they're all aligned with what they have to do for the rest of the year and beyond. And again, integrating with Polkadot will allow this expansion of interoperability on their chain. So that's amazing. So what is the possible price prediction for Loom Network? So if I go back to the chart, we see that it went up to 0.7 and a bit above in 2018. So for that to happen, that's almost a 10x, 9 to 10x from here. So that's the first target for Loom Network, and I don't think it's going to be happening very soon, since the Telegram community of Loom is pretty cute. It's around 8,000 members. And it's still in its infancy in a way that not a lot of people know about it. However, if you see in the market, they do have quite a bit of market. They're also on Coinbase. They're also Binance. So if they wanted, they could really boost this guy up very fast. So this could take months. This could take weeks. But I still think this is a very strong competitor to Matic, and it's sleeping. If you compare this to Polygon or Matic, the fully diluted market cap is 18, and the current market cap is around 11 billion. And if you even have 10% of that, which is around $1 billion, so you're essentially sitting at more than 10x. But again, this is a long-term investment, so it's going to take time. And I strongly believe this could do it. They're listening to the community. They're working on the things that the community wants, and they're working for it. And they're making a name, and they will make a name. And once they make a name, you're already too late, right? So you want to get in early and ride the way up. So that's pretty much it for this video. Make sure to hit a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.